Hi, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and today I'm going to show you how I made this little trinket round dish. So what I'm using is a two-part resin. You have part A, and then you have part B, which is the hardener. So you mix equal parts, and you do it in two separate containers. Well, did I say mix? Well, yeah, you do mix two equal parts, but you put equal parts in separate containers. And I'm just using these see-through solo cups. I can't talk today. And so my hardener has turned yellow because it's old, but a way to get around that is to color your resin. If you use it as is, it will be yellow. And then what you do is you pour the hardener into the part A. So put part B in part A, and then you want to stir it. And you don't want to go crazy stirring it. You just want to, you don't want to create a bunch of bubbles. So stir it slowly. And you want to stir it for 6 minutes. And this resin I got at probably Lowe's, possibly Home Depot, but probably Lowe's. So you want to stir it slowly for 6 minutes. And now I'm going to put my mica powder in, and this is a pink mica powder, very pretty. I got it from my essential oils box to use to make candles or something like that. So, but you can use mica powder to color lots of different things. So I'm just going to stir it up until it is well mixed, and then I'm going to take my heat gun and I'm going to pop some bubbles. Because as you probably already know, bubbles make holes. And you don't want holes in your project. And I got this round mold, a little dish from my neighbor across the street. Thank you, Lonnie, for letting me borrow your molds. I appreciate it. And now I'm just going to pop some more bubbles. And I think I over poured a little bit, so I was just taking a little bit of that off. And you never want to waste your resin, so if you have leftovers, you want to go ahead and make something else. And again, I'm just popping some more bubbles with my heat gun. And now I have, this is probably an earring mold that I have. And I'm just flicking out. It's probably the dreadful, sparkly stuff that men hate. Oh my gosh, my words fail me this morning. Glitter. It's called glitter, Liz. Glitter, yes, glitter. So I was getting that out of my mold, and now I'm just going to start filling up my mold. Because, like I said, I don't want to waste this, and this is such a pretty color. I really love the color. And I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, okay. I'm scraping off excess that I got on the side of the mold. Or on the top of the mold, whatever. I'm just going to pour a little bit more in this one. And then I'm just going to keep filling up molds until I use it all up. Because like I said, you don't want to waste it. think I did get a little carried away and I over poured. So I'm just kind of moving it around with my popsicle stick there, craft stick, just to get it off the top of the mold. And I have no idea where I got this mold from. No idea whatsoever. Now I'm just trying to figure out, okay, what else do I want to do? And there's a bubble in that. Don't want bubbles. So let me pop that. Bubbles are not your friend when you do resin. Well, unless there is one time where, or maybe a couple times where you want bubbles, but in this case you don't. So I'm just going over it, and I know I say so a lot, and I'm sorry about that, with my heat gun to pop any bubbles there may be. And now I have another mold of earrings, and I'm gonna pour my resin in these molds too. And I just keep over pouring, don't I? So today's video is going to focus on the little bowl there. I won't be putting the earrings together or anything like that. I will show you when I take them out of the mold, but I will not create, I won't put the hardware on my earrings. I might do that in a video further down the road, but for this video, I'm not going to do it. We're just going to focus on the bowl. And I mixed up way too much resin just for the bowl. I mean, way too much. So as you'll see, I can make several pairs of earrings with this leftover resin. But it's good to have more than less, because if you have less, then when you mix up your coloring and all like that, you might not get it right. So, as long as you have other molds on hand that you can fill up, it's all good. Look, still pouring, still pouring. I think I filled up both of these molds with the leftover, which is crazy. I went crazy mixing this up. Just the overfill that I did, I'm just scraping it into one of the other molds there, and then we'll fill those up. again, just using my heat gun to pop bubbles. And then, you know, I guess I just went crazy with the overfill in these molds here. I don't know what I was doing, but I'm just putting the extra in this last mold here and pouring the rest in it. And I did have enough. I had just enough for both of these mold pieces to fill them all up. Can you believe that? Unbelievable. But, you know, they won't go to waste. Like I said, I'll probably do another video in the future showing how I put these together. And I might actually include this part in the video too, so I'll have to keep this video. So here it is, early the next day, because I couldn't wait. I'm like, ooh, no, I want to go over there, see if these are ready to take out of the molds, and they were. So yeah, as soon as I got up, got dressed, and ate, I came over here and demolded. And you'll put post backs on these. On the stick ones before that, you'll put rings, you know, jump rings and all that, like you would do these too. Same thing for these. And everything turned out fine. And these you'll also put posts on them. You'll have to glue them on with E6000 or something, but like I said, that could be a future video. You'll have to let me know in the comments if that is something you'd like to see or not. Okay, so that's that mold. Now let's go to the next one. It has quite a few pieces on it too. You have these, nice, nice. Those, yeah. And these teardrops. Lovely, lovely. Now these, they're pretty thick. I would not make these into earrings. I would make them into keychains. And there's a lot of cleanup work I would have to do on these too. And then I have these little ovals here. You connect them to other pieces usually. They're cute. And then I have two sizes of the rounds here. And that's it for this mold. There we go, and they all turned out nice. And like I said, I really like the color too. Okay, now for the one we've been waiting for, the little dish. Now I have to say, this was a little difficult getting this out of the mold. But I keep working at it and working at it. And it probably wasn't as hard as it should have been, or as it needed to be for me to demold it. However, you'll see how I fix that. And I had some extra resin on the outside of the mold, so I was just picking that off. I got distracted there for a minute. See how it's kind of reshaping my dish there a little bit? I probably could have waited like several more hours for it to harden a little bit more before I took it out, but I was impatient. But this is real time. So this is, when you watch this, you'll see how long it took me to get this thing out of the mold. And it was craziness. Crazy, crazy. Okay, I'm finally getting somewhere. I'm getting somewhere. Look at that. Got that up like that. And now it's a little bit easier to get it out. There you go. And see how I warped it? So I wanted to get it back in shape, but you can't just do it with your hands. It wouldn't be the same as if the mold had done it. So I'm going to show you how I fix that. I mean, I thought what I was doing would probably do it, but, you know, I just didn't think it was round enough. So I'm going to put it back in the mold. And I know that's crazy because, you know, I worked all that time to get it out. But watch and see what happens. Because you've already broken the suction, or I've already broken the suction, then it comes out a lot easier. So there, it's back in shape, the shape that I need it to be. And then I'm just going to kind of, I think, press it out. I'm thinking about it and I'm thinking, what should I do? So here I am. I think maybe I left it in there a little bit longer. I don't know. But if I did, it wasn't too much longer, probably a few minutes. So I'm just lightly pressing down and pressing on the sides there, kind of lifting them up so the little container kind of pops out a little. And then I go around it and do it so it's even. Now I'm just kind of pulling the mold a little bit, hanging on to the bottom of the dish so it doesn't warp. And this is real time too. I didn't speed it up or anything like that. So I'm just going pretty slow, just kind of pulling the mold up off of it. And there we have it. There we have it. Yay! And it's all round. It's in the shape it needs to be. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And I love that color. Love it, love it, love it. So now what I want to do is kind of trim up the bottom a little bit. And I started out with my X-Acto knife, but I think it just, it wasn't a whole lot, so I was better off using my fingernail file for that. So I'm just using my nail file and I'm going all along the bottom edge. And I do believe this is the next day after I pulled it out of the mold, because I did want it to be harder so I wouldn't distort it. And I actually didn't have to do a whole lot of sanding. This is also in real time. And then after I sanded it all off to get the white, you know, powdery resin off of it, man, what is wrong with me? I took it in and watered it. watered it. Yeah, I watered the container. Okay, I wiped it with the water. Man. Whoo, sometimes the brain just doesn't function like it should. But yeah, when you sand down the resin, it does turn white into a white powder. So I just took it in there, ran some water over it, wiped it down, and you see it's perfectly fine. So that's my little round dish. And here it is. I have some earrings in it on the picture on the left hand side. But I think it turned out just like I wanted it to. So again, I'm Liz with Liz's Crafts, and if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. And I will see you in the next video.